G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 269 are open. Today on the show we're going to be talking about stuff. I don't know. It's a great introduction. Not even know why I do it like this anymore. The way we plan it, I'm like, we're going to be talking about Nintendo Live, Switch 2 stuff, what we've been playing, all of that. Talk about that is my good friend Josh, or JT if you like. Josh, how you going?
Very well, mate. 269. Nice. Very good. I just recorded my 69th episode in Nintenvania, so look at that. We're like 200 episodes apart. So congratulations on 269. Nice.
Well, thank you very much. What an important number, 269. Like, episode 69, that's like, you know, you're fresh into the podcasting game. You know, you've been doing it for, well, I guess, like in our case, it was like a weekly thing for the House tomorrow. But for Nintenvania, that's, you know, over 2 years. But that's like a special thing. You get to 60. Yeah. Then when you get to 169, that's something very special as well. So, we're back here again. I don't know, 269, not quite as special, but don't know. What did you celebrate? What did you celebrate episode 69 of Nintenvania with? Did you bring up a nice Wario fanfic, or what'd you do over there?
Wario was mentioned, not for any precarious reasons, sadly, but I should save that for 169. That's a good idea. I'm going to write that down. But no, nothing like that. Just a standard episode, I suppose. I just acknowledging on this show 69. I didn't acknowledge it on mine.
You don't take that filth over there.
I saved the grotesque stuff for this house. My house is a little bit tidier, if that makes sense. I keep it a bit more PG.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. You gotta look after the kids. I don't think about the kids at all. The kids are an afterthought in this house. Just sometimes I can completely forget about them. Even the real one, you know, the real one in the house.
And you got a second one coming up too. I think you forgot about that too.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. I thought Chantel was just enjoying dinner, you know? Don't. Yeah, no, don't go down that
careful,
that tree.
Careful.
I will be shot. I will be shot. Yeah. We don't need this getting clipped and sent her way. No.
Yeah, that lounge doesn't look that comfy. That's all I'm saying. So I just behave, mate.
Yeah, behave. Yeah. No, thank you very much. How you been this week? It's we spent last weekend we spent the weekend together, but this week haven't heard from you. It's been a quiet front on the Josh. So yeah, how's it been?
Yeah, good. We had a Anzac Day on Thursday, so that's a public holiday for everyone in Australia. And then I always hate working those single days between a weekend, and so I always take it off. And so I had annual leave. I've got lots of annual leave, so I was lucky enough to get that off. And so that meant I had a 4-day weekend, which was super duper nice. And I worked 3 days, Monday to Wednesday, and then I've had Thursday to Sunday off. So that was really good. I did a lot of different things. I did a lot of gaming. It was just Hollow Knight. So, and actually a little bit of Ring Fit Adventure. So I tried that out and had some fun. Yes. But yeah, did lots of running, umpiring, hang out with friends and family. So it was a great 4 days. I wish every weekend was 4 days. I'd take 3. 3 would be a good, 4 on, 3 off. I think that's a pretty good mix. But feeling pretty good after the extended break.
Yeah, that sounds great. And just like your comment on the 3-day weekend, I think that would be ideal. I don't know how much would get done in society. I don't know how that would necessarily work for every single industry. It wouldn't work for every industry, but I think like a lot of industries, I think it would work quite well just for balancing things out. So I think I think people that are really into like the work-life balance, trying to figure out what really makes you happy. Like you have like 1 day off, which is for like catching up on jobs, one for meeting family and friends, and the other for just chilling out, getting your own time around the house or whatever you decide to do, catch up in hobbies or do something fun. I think that sounds great because usually you just spend maybe a couple of days off, you catch up on work or I guess duties around the house and stuff, and when the time goes, and then you're back to work. So that would be good. Be good for us gamers too to be able to fit in some gaming time.
Oh, correct. And I think, you're right. One to rest, one to have fun, and then one to catch up and do admin stuff. I think we need an admin day off just to wash clothes, cook, clean, all that kind of stuff. So, so lobby your local member of parliament, everyone in Australia. Please let them know 4-day week. That's where it's at.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe just take a day off every week or a couple of days off every week and make it that yourself.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, how's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. The weekend was pretty rough. It was Lucas was sick, and everything we were doing was just sort of not winning. We gave him some custard. He said he wanted custard. Gave him custard. He's like, no. I'm like, well,
that's custard.
So that was the thing that was meant to cheer him up, and didn't work. So, and then he was awake most of the night, and oh god, it was a bit of a nightmare. He's usually such a good boy, but he was sick, and that was troubling him. So it is what it is. That was bit of a crappy weekend. Really, I don't feel rested at all compared to sounds like that you had.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes,
that's the life I chose, Josh. It is what it is. It is what it is. I wanted kids. Here I am, reaping the benefits, eh?
Yes. Well,
but
yeah, you do you, man. You do you.
This podcast is really going to make people like get the snip or something after listening to it. It's like, I want what that guy has. I don't.
I'm sure they've heard worse.
Yeah, but
honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I had a decent amount of time to play games at Friday night or something. So yeah, I got a little bit to talk about. I've got just off the bat straight away. I saw Wacko Jacko left a comment over at youtube.com/iDruby where you can watch the show live Monday nights, 8 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. I've been promising for like a month that I would play the Splatoon 3 side order DLC. Still haven't got to it. I had every intention to play it Saturday night, but the Switch, honestly, the Switch was flat, so I put it in the dock to charge, and I just ended up playing something else. It is what it is. I've tried. I've tried.
Yeah, full intentions to do it. It's just your Switch is flat because you've barely used it in 2024.
Yeah, kind of. Haven't used it a whole lot. I've been playing some other places and all that, but yeah. But I guess the first game I just want to talk about is Friday. I was listening to a lot of content about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, the preview embargo lifted for that game.
Yep.
And I've been meaning to play through Paper Mario 64 before, obviously, the Thousand Year Door gets re-released. So I'm like, all right, I better actually make that happen. So,
yeah,
I'm like, I've got a bit under a month at the moment. So, I'm like, all right, let's make it happen. So I started playing it, and I was deciding where to play it. Obviously, I can play it Japanese on my Nintendo 64. I got the Japanese copy last week. I'm not going to do that. Quite a bit of reading in a text-based RPG. So
one of the worst games I would have thought you could play in Japanese. Mario Kart 64 is fine, but Paper Mario, no.
Yeah, Paper Mario definitely be the worst one. Like I could do even something like Ocarina of Time would be awful the first time, but I've played it before. I could do it.
Yeah, if you know your way around and pretty confident, then you should be fine.
Yeah,
but you miss out on half the fun of you don't remember everything when you replay these games. So
no. Yeah. It's been a few years since I played Ocarina of Time too, so it's like probably not. Obviously there's Switch Online. It's on Switch Online. But after our discussion last week, I actually decided to play it on my phone. Out of all the places, I'm playing it on my phone with the Delta emulator that came out for iPhone a couple of weeks ago. And it's mainly because just when I've got a free bit of spare time, I just pick it up and play it here and there. And I got
Yep.
a like an attachment for an Xbox Series controller where I can just slot it in. And say if I'm at home or somewhere where I can have a bit more time to actually sink into the game, I'm using like an Xbox Series controller. So it's I'm not a psychopath just playing with the onboard touch controls all the time, but I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy the game. This was like the first game I got on the Wii Virtual Console, and I never finished it. I
Mm.
played like a bit of it, but I never played it all the way through. So playing it now, it's a lot of fun, especially after playing Mario RPG last year. It's nice to sort of just like move on to the next one, and then with Thousand Year Door, I'm sort of moving on to the next one as well. And I think if I'm still in the mood after Thousand Year Door, I'll probably move on to Super Paper Mario as well, and continue the
Keep
train
it going.
going. Yeah, until I get
Love
to one of the Paper
Sticker
Mario
Star.
games, which I really don't like. Yeah, I don't know. I played Sticker Star. I got sick of that. I didn't quite like them.
No,
But yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
It,
Very
it is
good.
a real shame what sort of happened with the Paper Mario series, because it's an odd sort of game design sort of quirk that they sort of went with, because it's not about levels or experience or anything. It's just about like the stickers that you have in your inventory, and you don't really want to use them. So when you get into a random battle, you're like, there's no reward for actually doing the battle, which is kind of strange. You get like drops,
Yeah, that's
I think, but
it's not worth it.
there's nothing
It's
like
yeah, completely
there's no reason
defeats
to
the
really do it.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas original Paper Mario on the 64, that's awesome. I played it for the first time on NSO a few years ago when it first came out, and that's
Mm.
so fun. It's such a witty, well written game, and I just love it's a basic RPG mechanics, but they're done really well, um and what paper and Thousand Year Door just sort of builds on that and is even better. So um yeah, I'm very keen for next month because I'm keen for a very good game to come to the Switch, which I don't think we've had for a little while now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a while.
there's
um,
been some other things
mm.
just to keep us occupied, I suppose. But yeah, that's me being kind about it.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Just I love like the characters that you meet along the way and that join your party. And in between sort of the
Mm,
chapters, love going back to like the hub area and going to the post office where they get sent letters and you get their sort of, I guess, stories or side stories sort of explained as well, which I quite like. Um, but yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. So I just started chapter 4 last night, and there's 7 chapters. So I guess I'm about
be a good way
halfway,
through. Yeah,
essentially. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And
awesome.
yeah, it's really good. So it's getting me in the mood for Thousand Year Door. So hopefully I'll be finished that this week. Um, and over the last couple of weeks, so I've been checking out the new Pokemon Go update. I don't know if you've seen this at all, Josh, on social media or
No,
whatever, but Pokemon Go, it actually got like a pretty major update as far as like visuals and even quality of life things that I didn't realize until I started digging around. And even to the point where
okay,
when you like get into the app, it's actually like super. I think they've like doubled the frame rate. Like everything just
really?
looks super smooth, and the animations for the You hear me there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. Hello,
You
you all
there?
good?
Yeah, everything
Yeah,
just
yeah.
disappeared for me.
Ah, same.
Yeah.
Your connection's all good. Is it mine?
Odd.
Okay.
we will we will find out.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
Sorry,
yeah.
you were midway.
So I started. No, it's all good. Yeah, just like diving into the Pokemon Go app. I think like the frame rate sort of doubled and everything, which looks really nice. It actually like everything's snappy
Mm,
when you press on it, and it's even to the point where like some of the models and that seem pretty upgraded as well. But there was a bit of there's a bit of sort of controversy around the avatars. They've updated the avatars and they look worse than what they were. Like they look pretty derpy.
really?
Like there's something about
Okay.
like the, I don't know. They've sort of gotten the faces wrong in some ways, and a lot of people aren't that happy with how their avatar looks. I don't know if it's just because people are so used to one particular look. It's been years, but yeah, there's like mine looks weird, but it's not that he looks. My avatar looked like awesome beforehand. Wacko Jacko says they can be fat, uh, and I don't know. I haven't really looked that much into it. Mine isn't fat. I don't. So I don't know. And I don't know if there was like a. I don't know if this is true, but in Pokemon Sleep, I don't know if it takes your data from Pokemon Sleep for your weight and then
Yeah.
um like transfers it to your avatar. So like if you're like, a pretty hefty person in Pokemon Sleep and you've put your weight in and then with the Pokemon Go app it just like
Oh, they've
balloons out to what your
converted.
weight is if you're
Yeah.
like, on
Yeah.
the heavier side. I don't know if that's the case. But
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
looking at it
it's
now, and my avatar's fatter in the bottom left corner. I have not played this game in over a year, I reckon. So, um,
are you
oh,
fatter
I got
than
a I'm thinner in real life. I got a gym
yeah, I
near
was about
me.
this. Oh, nice,
Awesome.
man.
I'm gonna have to.
That'd
Oh
be
God,
handy.
what have you done, Drew? I'm gonna get back into this game now. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, the battle mode when you there to catch a Pokemon. I think that looks better.
Yeah, the background looks really good.
Yeah, I think that looks really good. See that it's a bit more 3D with the Pokeball, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
nice.
got a pretty big major overhaul, and even like quality of life features. I don't know if you've I don't know if you've done much of this, Josh, but like there's an item in the game called a lucky egg, and when you crack it, you get double the experience.
Yeah. Yes.
And you got to try and time that when you make like a best friend to try and double your experience when you get a best friend.
Yeah.
So
Done that
and
before.
yeah, and usually like you've got to try and time it, and if somebody opens it while like opens your gift while you're say in bed or whatever, and you're not on the game, it just automatically does it. You miss out on your opportunity to do the lucky egg. But
Yep.
I opened the app yesterday and I became best friends with somebody, and actually gave me the option to open the lucky egg to double my experience points. I'm like, oh, so it
Cool.
actually like sort of helps you like, yeah, you don't have to time it anymore. It just gives you the option, which is pretty
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, seems like some pretty interesting updates. I haven't really dabbled around with it too much just because Pokemon Go, I've sort of lost interest just because all of those real nice quality of life features that they introduced during COVID and actually made the game way more fun, especially for me in
They,
like a rural community.
in a country area.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they took those away. I'm like, oh well, back to
Damn.
playing the game how I did before, I guess, and that sort of made me just lose interest. But
Yeah.
yeah, especially like 2020 and those years, I was addicted to this game. I was really loving it. I was like
Oh.
planning my weekends
Yep.
around community days and everything.
Yeah.
But
I was playing this for years. You know, it's only been the last couple of years that I've really sort of fallen off, and last year especially, I just haven't touched it. So, obviously kept it up to date though, because I didn't need to download anything just then. But yeah, I'm level 37, and I've never spent a cent in this game. Never spent a dollar. I always had fun with it. What level are you?
nice. What level am I? I'm 41. So I got to level
Cool.
40, then they
Yeah.
upped up the level cap to 50,
Yes,
and
that's
I
right.
have not done that.
No,
But yeah,
I need to get to 40
Wacko
first.
Jacko asks, what's your friend code for Pokemon Go?
Yes, yes. Let me put it in the chat. I'll get back to everyone. Anyone else listening can in the chat as well. Add me. Get some points going.
Get
Let's
some
be best
yeah,
friends.
get some points. Robbie Bobby Miller, thank you very much for joining us, and good
Hey,
morning to
Robbie
you too.
Bobby Miller. Good morning.
It's a nice 9 o'clock here, South Australia at night.
At night.
At night, yeah.
Right.
Just got to clarify that. Yeah, but yeah, I think the Pokemon Go update's been don't know, just from what I've seen, it's been pretty good. I think it's needed an update for a while, so yeah, been playing those on my phone, which is kind of weird weird to say, but I've been enjoying it. And
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I just
yeah, no, you're good.
my brother, he's a gamer, but like he's not big Nintendo, but he's got an iPhone, and he was telling me about the Delta app as well. So like it must be massive at the moment. Everyone just sort of freaking out over this iPhone app that's never had the chance to iPhone users anyway to emulate those games that way. So he was playing Mario Kart 64 the other night and just telling me how nostalgic he was for it.
Yeah, it's I could only imagine how funny it is for like people like yourself. It's like I've been like playing Game Boy Advance games on my phone for years, bro. It's
Yeah,
is it that special?
I kind of laughed when I first heard it was a story. I just didn't realize that wasn't a thing for iPhones. I'm just like, yeah, I've been playing Mother 2 and Mother 3 on my phone for years now. Just how it goes.
It's just how it is. Yeah. Oh well. It's the life we
That's good.
chose. As you buy an Apple product, you're like, well, I
Hey,
just want to make phone calls on this thing anyway. I guess I won't do anything else. I won't have fun with it.
join us, Drew. Come to the dark side.
The dark side.
You know you want to do
Maybe
it.
I will. Darth Vader is the coolest Star Wars character, so
Yeah,
maybe I
do it.
will.
It's cheaper.
Do it.
It's a lot cheaper, man. Do it.
Is it? Is it cheaper?
Yeah, it is. It is, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Stay a couple of generations behind, and you're sweet as.
Oh, I need the latest and greatest. How am I going to
Yeah, tech druid.
How am I going to open the X app in in record time? Just boot up straight away. God. And how else am I going to listen to a podcast? Can't do that on a 2-year-old phone. God.
Yeah, evidently not. Evidently not. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, no.
Ignore what I said. I'll leave you to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. But apart from that, I sat down and I played some Smash Brothers Melee as well, just on my Wii.
Nice.
With my my new Wavebird controller. I thought I'll test it out, and what better game to try it with would be than Smash Brothers. But yeah, it worked great. It took me a little bit of time to get it to work, and that's only because of like the Wii side, where I had to go into like my homebrew settings and allow native controls. Because I do not know why, but I plug in a normal GameCube controller, worked normal, like as intended. But when I plugged in the Wavebird, it didn't do anything. But then I had to go into the settings and turn native controllers on for what was it, the Nintendo Don't app, which handles GameCube games on Homebrew Wii. And yeah, I don't know what that changes when it comes to just Wavebirds in particular, but yeah, that worked straight away. And yeah, it was great playing Melee. Melee is the one I've played the least. I played so many hours of all of them. It's just Melee, just with the whole GameCube sort of being missed. Yeah, just haven't put that much time into it. So yeah, I think I might actually just chip away at the trophies and probably try and get all the trophies, just for the fact that trophies aren't in the newest one. So I'll go back and
I miss
do all
trophies.
these. And
I love trophies.
Me too. They were so good, especially like Melee. Like one of the coolest things is just like going to your collection and you can actually see them all on the table, and like they're in like that little, I guess, just a little fake lounge room with like the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube and all that in the background. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love that stuff. So it was awesome. So yeah, I really can't wait to play more. And it seems kind of easy, like especially in retrospect, where like to do like I guess classic mode for all of the characters seems pretty easy to do in Melee compared to even Brawl, but of course to Smash Ultimate, where there's like, I don't know, what are like 80 so characters. So it seems pretty doable. Yeah. Because I've only got like 4 characters to unlock. I've got like Pichu, Mewtwo, Luigi, and I guess Falco to unlock. Like it really isn't too much. I've just unlocked. Yeah, I think so. And I've unlocked Jigglypuff, and they're the ones I got to unlock. I assume so anyway. I'm like, who am I missing? Like Luigi's not there. Okay, yeah, I just like went through, but It is strange. Like most of the characters you unlock are Pokemon. So I was like, okay, it's a, it's just random, I guess.
Yeah,
Actually, do I have is Roy there? Did I see Roy? Might have to unlock Roy. Don't know. It's just got
Mr.
four
Game and Watch,
question
is he
marks.
unlockable or is he standard?
Don't know. I can't. Yeah, I can't remember seeing those two. Roy, Mr. Game Watch. I don't remember seeing them. Maybe there are more than just the question mark
So you got
squares that there are to unlock.
yeah, you got Jigglypuff, Dr. Mario, Pichu, Falco, Marth, Young Link, Ganondorf, Mewtwo, Luigi, Roy. There's your Fire Emblem one, and then Mr. Game and Watch.
Okay, so yeah, I got plenty more. Yeah, it's just because there was four question marks left under all the characters. I'm like, oh, I just got four to unlock, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
so
I've still
11
got plenty.
unlockable in total.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. The only thing that actually kind of baffles me with the game is in all of the single player content, you cannot use the C stick to do smash moves. The C stick does the camera. Like you can zoom in and out of the C stick.
Ah, okay. Yes,
I'm
yes.
like, why? What's such a dumb decision? Why? and, and I actually Googled it. I'm like, is there a way you can change this? Yeah, and there's people talking in forums being like, yeah, no, it's just the game. It's
Just the game.
there's
Yeah,
ways
damn.
you can like mod it. People mod it to be able to use the C stick in the single player stuff, but it's really annoying because like I go to use it when I do like back airs and stuff. I use the C stick, and when I do like obviously do like a quick smash attack, I flick the stick, and it just like zooms the camera
Mm.
in, and I'm getting hit. So yeah, I don't know.
That'd be
I feel like
frustrating.
I feel like I just can't play as well without it. Like especially because for whatever reason, yeah, I can't seem to show the moves quite as well as I do without the C stick or with the C stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
No, you
enjoying
need
it.
it. You need it. Yeah.
What have you
Very
been
good.
playing?
Yeah. So Hollow Knight's a big one, but before that, I wanted to mention I did try Ring Fit Adventure. So we talked about it last episode. I picked it up at the toy fair. I got it out of the box, had a proper look at it, and it's all well and good. We had a joke today on my show with Alex about how manky secondhand things can be, and especially Ring Fit Adventure. If someone was previously playing it, it could have been pretty sweaty and pretty icky, but thankfully that wasn't the case. But yeah, me and Michaela just sort of had some fun playing this game because this was just like one of those games that I feel everyone was playing over the pandemic, whether you're in like a lockdown or you couldn't go outside as much, or it just sort of suited how you wanted to exercise. I just feel like I was missing that really big Switch experience. So had a lot of fun just sort of getting into it, and I just really sort of like it's really good. It's a really fun like way to sort of get you to want to exercise, and I think the whole RPG way they've like added on, how you level up, how you're battling enemies, how you must in these is like these boss fight moments where you must sort of like you do your workout and it's hard, but you're versing a boss, and so it's sort of you know um, the situation is quite fitting in terms of what you need to do to get to the right outcome, and so um, it's super fun. It's really challenging if you tailor it the right way. Be honest about how you sort of want to exercise and what you need goal wise, and I think it's really great. Yeah, I'm just surprised I haven't played this earlier. I'm pretty happy to have gotten it now, and um, be one of those ones I'll sort of try and keep semi regularly playing and just have some fun with because I think it's just a really cool way they've added like features with the Switch, like the Joy Cons. They can check your pulse at the end of a workout. Like no
Oh,
other game really sort of does that sort of stuff except like WarioWare with the latest ones. But like the IR reader, like no one's done anything. It's just one of those features that just doesn't get utilized. And so, um, yeah, lots of mini games as well. You don't have to do the main stuff. Yeah, this is great. Just yeah, wish I played earlier.
did you enjoy We Fit back in the day? Because
Um,
my
hmm,
yeah, I used to love the running sort of game in that. like just like jogging on the spot and you're running around Woohoo Island. I used to love that. So I could imagine
Yes.
this game
Yep.
would really scratch that itch as well.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. The yeah the balance board was cool and what it did do, but I don't think it grabbed me as much as what Ring Fit has immediately. Anyway, I feel I feel this, yeah, for me, and sort of that gameplay mechanic loop. I feel that's this sort of draws you in more than what We Fit ever did. Really, I'm sure it's different for others, but for me anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah. So have you played it? Have you played this one, or you
No,
never
I've
never had?
yeah, I've never
Yeah.
touched it. Yeah, it's like the one Switch
Yeah.
game where when I got home into the lounge room, I'm like, yeah, I'm not jumping around too much. Like even
You don't need to.
WarioWare at this point in my life was pushing it. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm doing it. The mini games where it's like, oh, hold the Joy Cons above your head. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! I'm like, I just want to
Too
sit
hard.
down.
My arm's been working all day.
Yeah, it's sort of just when that game came out, like around like pretty much deep into shearing season, where I'm like, I just want to sit and be a part of the couch. I really,
Yeah.
uh,
I
I
get
can't.
you. Whereas I'm sitting on my ass all day and just jumping at the bit to do something physical and let out some energy. So it's like perfect for me. But yeah, I
Yeah,
can totally understand for you.
no, that was a great pickup for $50. I feel like I
Yeah.
would be more inclined to give it a go for like $50 or something instead of full price because it's like $120 game or so, brand new. So it'll be
Yeah.
a little bit more of a dive into the wallet for that one. But yeah, no, you got a great pickup there, which is good. So yeah,
Yeah.
you
I was
reckon you'll
pretty happy
stick
with
with
it.
it?
Yeah, I think I'll try to sort of have some fun every now and then. If it's don't want to go outside for my run, it's either wet or for other reasons I can't maybe make it to the gym or go outside. I'll yeah, pick this one up and put it in, and I think it'll be really good. Just nice little backup. Might be good for some core stuff if I focus on that.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
I reckon it'll embarrass me with my core strength. Just
yeah,
some of the exercises I saw them doing, I'm like, oh, geez, yeah, that's one that I would really benefit
mm,
from, and even like the upper body stuff when you're like squeezing it
yeah,
together and doing the cardio, that would make me sweat like anything, I think. So
yeah,
maybe I'll just I'll stay away from it so I can hold
yeah.
on to my humility.
I even wondered, like, has anyone done like a marathon playing Ring Fit Adventure? I was just like, I just had the thought randomly. Like, has anyone? I've seen people speed run components of it, but I don't know like if they've been able to run like even a half marathon on it. So I thought that'd be cool if someone does that at PAX, or if someone trained for that at an event or something like that. Be pretty interesting. Or you could
Yeah.
go to a viewing theater and watch someone continuously play Ring Fit Adventure while you're just sort of sipping your Monster Energy drink and laughing at them suffering. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny because my first thought went to somebody that actually like running, like actually running, not just on a treadmill or whatever.
Yeah.
But like a switch, like sort of attached to them, like in front of their face, like a donkey with a carrot type of thing.
Yeah.
And then they're actually doing like a marathon like throughout the city. But then they've got the Joy-Con and the Ring-Con sort of,
Yep.
squeezing it together as they're running. That would be a
That's a
serious
great
event.
idea. Add a treadmill while you're playing Ring Fit Adventure and actually run the marathon while you're doing it.
Yeah, that'd be
I love it.
cool.
I love
I
it.
would
Yeah.
I'd be all for that if I had that little bit more motivation and
The fitness to do it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's how you get the fitness, I guess. You'll get up to it. But yeah, that's something you can
Yeah.
do. You can get a treadmill,
Yeah.
put it downstairs. You can just put it outside and put it outstairs. You can just put it outside and put the Switch on top. You don't have to
I
have a
could.
TV at all. That's
Yeah.
the power of Nintendo Switch. Or better yet,
just
just
need the
take your
whole-
Switch to the gym. It's probably the
Yeah.
easiest.
I need. I just need the holder thing that they promised in that promo video for Nintendo Switch when they're in the van. I just need that thing to finally come out, and I could clip it to my
Yeah.
my treadmill, and away I go. Just play on the go on a treadmill.
I really thought that was going to be like an accessory that like Nintendo would actually sell. Like, I reckon they would actually sell decently well. Like, parents wanting a little thing for the Switch to slide in behind the headrest and something coming down from the roof and all of that. I think like the versatility of Switch could just be opened up so much, just like with some simple like 3D printed just holders, which would be
Correct.
pretty cool.
I would have thought that would be easily by now. They would have sold a lot. I probably would have picked one up myself, but for whatever reason, that hasn't happened yet. I find weird.
That's something you should do though if you're doing some workouts or going for a run or whatever. Just have like the Joy-Con in like one in each hand, and you can play something. Play like Skyward Sword with the motion controls on while you're
Yeah.
while you're running. Just like trying to slash stuff, and
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's a few things you could sort of work through and while you're running. Two birds, one stone. Get it all done. But that's
Yeah.
what I like about Ring Fit. It's your exercise, but it's a game as well. And so that's the big appeal to it.
Mm. Yeah. No, you sort of
Yeah.
you're making me feel like I should be playing it. Not that I want to play it, but it's like, oh, that might benefit me in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So should I pick up that instead of Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door? Don't know.
No, but
Probably not.
as well as
No.
yes.
As well as okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That you've given it a go, and you found a good deal on
Thank
it.
you.
But
Yeah,
anything
I'm
else you've
very
been
happy with it.
playing?
Yeah. Hollow Knight's the only other thing, and so I'm getting pretty deep into it now. Have had some frustrating moments with it because some bosses are really hard, and like I try to find the right sort of sequence and patterns, and it's pretty difficult sometimes. And it's not just you dying at the boss's hand; it's also sometimes your last save point you got to traverse a while to get back to the boss, and then like if you're
Oh,
being careless or you're trying to rush, you can die on the way there, and you lose a lot of geo because you died again before you've been able to sort of uh, retrieve your geo from the first ghost of your previous life. And so like I've lost like up to 1,000 geo, I reckon, from doing all that sorts of stuff like that. And so um it's a frustrating game, but then when you get it, like when you understand it, when it clicks, and when you defeat those bosses, it's like it's one of the most satisfying things. And so um yeah, I really do. I'm really gelling with this game and sort of loving the exploration of it all, and it's such a great game. So I really feel I'm covering it a good time because Silk Songs seemingly gaining momentum, being classified now, and there might be something through Xbox soon with an announcement. We never know, but probably not too far away. So I'll probably finish this game, and I won't have to wait too long for Silk Song afterwards. So should have played earlier. It's just one of those ones. I'm like, why didn't I play this straight away?
no, better late than never. So yeah, you've got all the time in
Yeah,
the
that's
world.
right.
So don't have to rush yourself. Just enjoy it.
No,
But
no.
just with your comment about like potentially being at the Xbox Indie Showcase, but I think they're partnering with IGN to do. Surely they won't be at that compared to like I guess like a big sort of conference or Nintendo Direct or whatever have you, because they'll be able to command like a pretty decent showcase. They don't have to do an indie one, you would think, but don't know.
Yeah,
Just
well, definitely.
whatever lines up with their release sort of plan, I guess. But
Yeah, that's right. So they could probably dictate how they're going to do it, but yeah, whether they do or not, uh, we'll see. I've looked at the YouTube page, and it's definitely like their marketing isn't their strong point. Team Cherry,
mm,
like it's like they know how to make the games, and that's obviously the main thing. But I look at their socials and anything like that, and it's just not their thing. So I really think they'll be sort of led and dictated, assisted by the you know Xbox or whoever's helping them bring it to life, and to sort of work out the best way to present it.
mm. Yeah, Game Pass, baby. I'll probably give it a go just for that reason.
Day one for
Why
you.
not?
Day one. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, yeah, maybe. I
Yeah.
haven't subscribed to Game Pass in like 3 months or so. It's been a little while. But I went through a bunch of games yesterday that I'm keen to try on Game Pass. Another Crab's Treasure, keen to play that on Game Pass. That seems pretty fun.
Yep.
Especially since you can have the uh, what was it you can just like give your crab a gun, so it's like a real hard game, but you can put on the
Yeah.
difficulty slider and just give it a gun, so you just go around shooting it and like one hit kills. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that sounds pretty
Souls
funny.
like on steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that seems pretty fun. There's a bunch of other stuff too. Hellblade too, actually. Got to play the first Hellblade.
Stellar Blade. Did you have you
Before
tried that out yet?
haven't. No, I haven't. I've installed it. I did buy the game. I've installed it. But yeah, I'm keen to play Stellar Blade. That's on
Yeah, you
the
seem pretty keen for it.
yeah, it's on the same list as the side order DLC, I guess. It's there. I'm keen to play it. But I am really enjoying Paper Mario, and I can see myself sort of beating that in the next couple of days. So I might just get that out of the way first.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
good. So damn good.
Yeah. So yeah,
Very good.
not far away. Not far away. Silk Song. I reckon it's only going to be another month away.
Okay, have a guess. What date?
All right. I had this on my fantasy critic last year. It didn't happen. So hopefully it happens this year. I'm going to say, I don't know when the actual dates. Let me look at a calendar so I can actually pick a day. But I reckon it'll come out. I'm just going to say June 14th. I'm going to say my birthday. Why not? that seems pretty early, but you never know. June 14th is a Friday. Yeah, let's go with that.
Done. I'm going to say August the 14th, Wednesday, for some reason.
That seems like a pretty good bet too. I like
Cool.
it. I like it, Josh.
Yep.
Very good.
And you owe me $100 if I win.
Okay. All right. We can do that.
But nothing if you win.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I don't make up the rules. Just how it is.
Yeah. You know how it works. The promises I make on this show don't mean anything. So yeah, I'll just say okay. Yeah, definitely.
I didn't say that. That's you saying that, not me.
Yeah. No. I'm just. I feel bad, honestly. Yeah, so I guess for everyone listening, Wacko Jacko, he called me out of my promise that I was going to play this side order. I didn't remember promising, but an episode or so ago, Josh said, "Just promise me you play it." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, I will," and I didn't at all.
You say you don't remember, but Wacko Jacko would have clipped it, and we'll be
Yeah,
able
he
to
clipped
prove
it. Yeah.
He'd be like, objection, Your Honor, and just slaps down the recording. And,
well, that's the thing. Like, if I said it, the evidence is there. Like, it's on
Correct.
a podcast, so
And
it's not like I'm.
You did.
I'm not going to try and hide from it.
You did
I don't
promise.
just I don't rock up to record a weekly podcast and be like, oh no, I never said that. Nah, can't get away with
Fake news. It's wrong.
Yeah, all of my bad gaming takes or just stupid things said, I own up to it. Unless I say it behind the scenes, then I'm like, no.
No. That's very funny.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Man, been playing anything else?
No, that's it. That's the main stuff. Yeah, I'll be playing Endless Ocean Luminous this weekend, though. Coming. And that comes out. Keen for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keen for it. That's another game that snuck up on me as well. The other day I was just looking at the dates. I'm like, that's this week. Very cool. So
Thursday.
Maybe I should even try and get Endless Ocean, maybe a bit of a session in on the Wii just beforehand. That's probably a good idea. Maybe, but
I don't think it is. I don't know if it'll be too different if I'm honest. So maybe just save it for the Switch version.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I'm still just a little bit confused, if that's the right word. Like I watched the overall trailer. It goes for 5 minutes, explains what the game is. It's like, you log different fish. There's missions that can lead to more special fish, like whether they're like legendary fish or whatever. Yeah, mythicals. Yep. But apart from logging fish and going around together, it's like I don't know what like the game to. I don't know what the actual like moment to moment gameplay is. Is there a time limit where you're actually trying to get these different fish, or can you just like swim forever and just collect fish, and that's the idea of the game. I'm actually not that sure what the purpose is, or is the purpose just to relax? I'm not quite sure.
It's a relaxing game. It's a simulation, and then yeah, there's just some extra things you can do while you're swimming around. So yeah, like Egmont, we were talking about this before. I think I would really like to get a whole bunch of us together to play this weekend. Friday night does not look good for me, so I'm hoping Saturday most people are going to be okay. But I think it'll be very fun because it what supports up to 32 players together. We can all swim around the ocean and then look at fish. And if we had a group chat or something, I think it'd be very fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm keen. I'm keen Friday. Hopefully, don't know. I was gonna say hopefully I'm not busy, but I'm never busy. I'm a dad. I'll be home, fucking sat here. Yeah, I'm keen to do it. I was looking at the overall trailer, and it's interesting how like every sort of I guess dive, like the environment's different. Seems procedural in some ways, which seems pretty cool.
Okay.
And when you're on a group dive, you can share a code to your friends so they come into your game and have the exact same map, which I thought was pretty interesting as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those games where you need to play it. I had it explained to me, but I'm like, okay, I'm keen to swim and just relax and see the scenery and get the fish. That sounds great, but surely there's something else. Like there's like a game to it as well. I don't know.
It's
yeah. Wacko Jacko says if your Switch is charged. That's right.
Charge your Switch, Drew. Do it now. Just just get ready. Blow the dust off of it firstly.
It's in the dock.
And insert the
It's in the
Joy-Cons
dock,
into
friends.
it as
It's
well.
okay.
You got to charge it as well. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try my best, guys. It's only because it was left in my bag. It's left in the bag.
Drew. Sorry, Drew.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough though. It seems like the dumbest excuse. Like I went to play the game, guys, but my Switch was it's like a dog ate my homework. It's like, oh well, I would have done it, but I didn't charge my battery. That's yeah.
Playing docked. Oh, no way. That does not. No, I would never play a game docked ever, even on a flat.
No, but yeah. Well, to be fair, Chantel was using the TV. You know, she was using the TV. It wasn't. It wasn't. I'm not anti-TV. I do like a TV game here and there. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I could have.
No.
I could have.
No, don't worry. We're not the kind of show you need to defend being anti-TV. I'm definitely not. Not going to get cancelled for that. Don't worry, Drew. Don't worry. You're fine. Anti-TV.
No.
Jeez.
I'm not anti-TV. Don't worry about that. No. Yeah, I could have slid the game card out too. I had options. I just wanted to play Paper Mario.
Sure you did. It's a great game though, so I'm going to accept that reasoning because it's so good, that game.
Cool.
But yeah,
thank God for that.
Endless Ocean. Get a whole bunch of us together. Let's if anyone's getting it this weekend, let's talk in the Discords and let's dive together. I think that's going to make the game so much more funner and a better experience. So yeah, let us know if you're getting it because we will be getting it and playing it. What's
your anticipation for it? You like, I feel like nobody's talking about this game. I listened to a couple of Nintendo podcasts today, and yeah, it wasn't even brought up. It's one of those things. Like even me, I'm like, oh, it's this week. Like it's kind of sneaking up on me. But yeah, a lot of places aren't really all that keen for it, which is fair enough. I think it might be an acquired taste, and even we might play the game and be like, what is this?
I fully understand. I fully expect, like, if I get 10 hours out of this, I'd be pretty surprised, if I'm honest. And so it's just going to be one of those. I'm going to experience it, have some fun. I don't think it's going to be super, super amazing, in terms of gameplay or I don't know. My expectations are like, I will have fun. I'll give it a go. And if it's really good, it's really good. But just not expecting it to blow my socks off or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm keen to sort of get a few of us together and play it. I think, yeah, why not?
I feel like the Animal Crossing, I feel like the Animal Crossing crowd might like it because there was a point in the trailer where you can get like a dolphin to swim with you or a whale to swim with you, and it's just like, oh, it seems like nice. You know, you don't have a harpoon gun. You're not going around shooting these fish. You're not trying to get a kill to death ratio on like a school of fish with a harpoon gun. You know, it's
Yeah.
just about the sights and the scenery. And you know, since the Wii with the Switch, you know, the graphics are at the point where it looks, you know, a lot nicer. It's in
Mm.
HD and everything now, so be a good amount of fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be something nice to play. But yeah,
Yeah, be good.
be a good old time, especially with that multiplayer too. Should be good. But like you said, with like the 10 hours, like you'll be happy with 10 hours if you get that out of it. Like it will be a $70 game, so yeah, hopefully like you know a little bit more
Yeah.
than that would be nice. But
Um, I think I've seen it for $58 bargain roundup. Thanks to books. I always look at their bargain roundups.
mhm.
58 physical, if you or 59 physical, sorry. From Big W. Doesn't look like Amazon's doing it for 59. Oh, you can't get it on Amazon. Wow, it's not unavailable.
They got a cross through
Wow.
on the books
Yeah. Yes.
article,
Just seeing
so
that
is it sold
now.
out or something?
It just says currently unavailable. It's still 59 at Big W. Deliveries only, online only. If it's still like that, I can price match with JB because they accept online price matching. So that might be the way I go. I just hope that it doesn't sell out. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to pay $9 extra and pay 68. But yeah, it's a decent amount of money, isn't it? And yeah, you got to temper expectations whether you think you're going to play it for a while or not, and if that's worth it for you, getting that
Yeah,
time out of it.
I'm sure we will. We'll be diving. We'll swim with the dolphins, swimming with the fishies. But we won't be dead. But we will literally be swimming with the fishies. So that's all right.
No, that's right. That's right. Yep. Yep. We'll think of more puns, everyone, by the time we get to it next week and talk about it on the show.
Hopefully. Um,
Yeah.
you were anticipating the Thousand Year Door that much? Because yeah, those are the two games this month that we're sort of, I guess, looking forward to. Was this a game you played as a kid or a bit later?
I didn't play it as a kid, so I didn't own it on the GameCube. And it wasn't until about probably 7 years ago I bought it physically. And played it for about 5 to 10 hours, but probably five, closer to five. And sort of never finished it, dropped off. It was just one of those things. Something else came up and you just sort of forgot about it. But I was really enjoying it. So um, this is my chance, my cue, I suppose, to sort of properly play it this time and finish it.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Because I've sort of wanted to think. I was thinking about replaying it, and then I heard like the announcement obviously came that it's coming to Switch. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait for that. And hearing some really good things in the previews. I think the only thing really is it's the capped at 30 frames, and so obviously for Switch, sorry for GameCube, it was 60 frames, and so yeah, just another one of those times where the GameCube version runs at 60, but due to the whole, I suppose, handheld and docked situation, you're switching between them. I don't know. They just can't consistently get it at 60, probably. So that's why they've elected to get it stable at 30.
Mm.
I don't think it really matters for these kind of games, though, when it's a turn-based RPG. But
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
just not quite as nice.
yeah, it's not make or break, that's for sure.
No.
I will say, going from Paper Mario 64 and then checking out the overall trailer, I'm like, oh my god, this game is gorgeous. Like it looks
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
amazing.
It is
Like
gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
love the look of it. I mean, just the Paper Mario games in HD have all looked great. Like even like Color Splash, Origami King, like they've all looked amazing. But there's just something like the aesthetic of this one looks just phenomenal. How papery some stuff looks,
Yeah.
and the glossy look on the characters, and how things are folding in the animation. It looks gorgeous. So
Yeah.
if
That
that's what
GameCube
they,
fuzz isn't there.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's in, what is it, like 4 times the resolution? Like it looks
Mm.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I will say, just to defend, I guess, some people that are let down by the whole, the frame rate situation, being at 30 frames. For turn-based games, it's not that important to the gameplay, but something that changed my opinion was there was a mod for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl on Nintendo Switch, and that's a game that runs at 30 frames. And Pokemon, you just selecting moves. It doesn't matter to the gameplay. But yeah, there's a mod for it that makes it run at 60. And it's amazing how much better it looks, the animations and how it'll just how much the game looks better just running at 60 frames. I wouldn't have thought it would have made that much difference, but just even when they're idly sat there and the camera's like panning around them and they're moving at 60 frames a second, I was like, wow, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So that's I think it would make a difference if they could do it, but I also don't think if they're fully remaking a game and that the priority between making it look really pretty and just making it look like a good upgrade compared to the original game, or make it run at 60. I think the priority definitely was to just for the aesthetic, and that's just what Nintendo does in general for majority of their games, unless it is something that is maybe a little bit more important as far as gameplay wise goes, like Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart and stuff like that, where it is on reflexes and all that. Those games take priority when it comes to frame rate. But
For sure.
yeah. So I can see why Nintendo took that route. And I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, Josh, but there was a developer from who was a part of Bayonetta Origins, and he sort of explained sort of the decision behind.
I did see this.
Why they made Bayonetta Origins 30 frames instead of 60, and they sort of described how a lot of the processes that go on behind the scenes, like the watercolor and the fading that happens as you're exploring the forest, and just all of the stuff to make that happen and make that aesthetic and convey that to the player was way more important than 60 frames a second, where you would have had none of those effects happening on screen. And it might be the same with Paper Mario. Like all of the you see in the trailer, or if you played the game, you'll know like how many characters can be on screen at once, and there's a lot of dynamic stuff happening in the audience and items and stuff coming in, and all of the effects of the moves and everything like that. The game's doing a fair bit, and I don't know. I'm sort of.
I found it really interesting that thread on Twitter. It was I got a lot out of that. That was very interesting. To sort of understand, the limitations and the choices they've got to make, because and they felt they made the right one based on what they wanted the final product to be. So it's very interesting. So would definitely recommend. Anyone will probably have to find it, might share it in the Discord or something.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. But I think it is like an interesting sort of predicament for Nintendo to be in, because of like this game from 20 years ago ran at 60 frames, and now they're putting it on a brand new it's not a brand new system, but their current system, and it runs at half the frame rate. It's like, oh, like what the hell happened there, type of thing. But it's really not that game at all. This is being fully remade from the ground up, so it really doesn't share that much from the original game. But if it was like in the case of like Pikmin 1 and 2 coming from the GameCube, being put onto Switch with widescreen and just native controls and button prompts for the Switch Pro Controller and Joy-Cons, and then if that ran at half the frame rate, okay, that makes no sense. But this is all ostensibly like a completely different game. So, yeah. But yeah, on paper, it just looks strange. Like, why would it run at half the frame rate? Because there was a really weird predicament with Tales of Symphonia, whereas that was like originally a GameCube exclusive, and that ran at 60 frames. And then I think it was a year or so ago, it got a port to all of the modern consoles, including Switch, but it ran at 30 frames. And it was kind of a weird thing, like, what's going on there? But what happened with that game is that after GameCube, it got a port to PlayStation 2. And on PlayStation 2, it had a bunch of added features. It must have been like sort of a deluxe edition with a few more stories and, just stuff added to the game. But on PlayStation 2, it ran at 30 frames. But then ever since then, whenever it got ported to modern systems, it got ported from the PlayStation 2 version. So they retained all of the add-ons that the PlayStation 2 version had, and they just kept on porting that instead of the GameCube version. So if you want to play it at 60, you've got to play it on on GameCube, but if you want to play it on PS2 or PS3, PS4, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series, it's all at 30. But GameCube's
It's
the
the
60
whole monkey
frame
paw situation,
machine.
isn't it? You
Yeah,
can have
it's
this, but you don't get that. Vice versa.
it is funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's actually like pretty much an action game too. So you might actually want 60 for that. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's just
probably
it's
be
funny to
better.
think about. But I think for me, like, frame rate, it does matter. It's good to have it's good to have it where you can. But at the end of the day, like, I can see it be more frustrating on like a PlayStation 5, but when it's on Switch, I'm like, oh well, it is what it is at this point, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's and it makes you wonder whether um, if a Switch Two would, if it would have been that story, if it would have been more bit more powerful and could have done what they needed to, um, whether we'd have this issue or not. But yeah, there you go. Just is what it is. That's all right. I don't think it really matters to this one in this case. But it's just a nice to have, isn't it? Man, would be nice.
Mm, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, let's move
Yep.
on. This is just to maybe wrap things up, Josh. But there's been a bunch of sort of rumors drop about Switch 2 over the last week. And I don't know if they're real or fake, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just going to use it as an opportunity to have a bit of a gut check. We're just at the start of May,
Mm.
ostensibly. Still got a couple of days, but just say we're at the start of May. And we still haven't heard anything about Switch 2, but we're hearing sort of rumors about, new Joy-Cons, how they may use magnets to connect to the main unit, that third-party accessory manufacturers have been able to feel the console, not look at the console
Yeah.
allegedly, which is
Yep.
which is strange. And if they were able to have access to feel it while they leaking this stuff, I don't know whether it's on purpose or it's just one person in the company. Not quite sure. But yeah, just a bunch of random stuff like that where it's like, oh, that'd be, magnets would be pretty cool. Just sort of like make it nice and strong and lock on. I can see that being a nice upgrade to, a brand new Switch. But where are you sort of sitting with it? And just to follow that up as well, Wacko Jacko left us a question in the Discord saying, I want to hear you guys discuss what features you want next Nintendo console to have and ideal launch titles. So leave launch titles out until a little bit later. But
Yeah.
where are you feeling on a brand new Nintendo console, and what do you want it to have?
Ooh. Yeah. Well, I mean, firstly, those rumors yesterday. I think there was something on Go Nintendo News. I think they did something about one of the accessory manufacturers getting some information and publishing it on their website and about what it could be. Um, I think magnets would be interesting. I just want to know that they're definitely sturdier than the current rail way we attach the Joy Cons to the tablet because um, the rails do an okay job, I suppose. There are times where I feel like I'm gripping the thing and it's slightly bending, and I don't like that. I think
Oh yeah.
there is a slight sort of way that happens, but all in all, it hasn't been an issue for me with it not working or anything like that. But uh, I'm just it's got to get to the stage now, doesn't it, where like there's so much hype for this. They have to work with partners, not just developers and publishers, third party ones, but also the actual accessory makers. And anything else involved in the whole value chain proposition that the Switch 2 or whatever it's going to call it is going to be in terms of offering products and accessories on day one that stuff's going to get out. And so um like sooner or later the genuine leak will happen, won't it? If Nintendo's not ultra careful, or I yeah, I don't know how they can, like with all their recent um like rumors and leaks they've had, especially for game announcements. How do you avoid all this stuff without it coming out? But um, I really think the stuff we've heard about it coming late is true, and yeah, we all thought it was going to come this year, but it probably isn't at this rate, but we don't know anything past June, to be honest. So that can always change. But yeah, I really think early next year is the time for it. Um, what I saw in this recent rumor was like a 1080p screen, dockable up to 4K resolution, backwards compatible, a better stand. You could use your pro controllers. It would your current ones would work with a new console. I think they're the minimum things I'd be happy with in terms of the next generation console and what I want. Um, anything too beefier than that, I just don't think they'll really do, to be honest. And um, I'd love it to maintain the OLED, like the OLED model, and not go back to LCDs. Because we've heard other rumors saying it that might be the case, but man, I just yeah, I'd love to know more because I think we're all pretty ready for it right now. Bit over 7 months since it launched, and you can tell things are winding up. This has been such a quiet year in terms of big announcements and big things coming. There's still been games, and it's every month or so we've had something brand new from Nintendo, so that's not an issue. But um, just hasn't felt as massive or as heavy hitting as previous years. So um, yeah, if those latest rumors are true, I wouldn't be too unhappy. I'd be like, yeah, that's fine enough for me anyway. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to touch on what you said about the longer they leave it, the more susceptible they will be to just this leaking. Like,
Yeah,
I hope we do find out about it, and it is like a genuine surprise. Like, pictures don't
I'd love for that
leak,
to
or
happen.
just
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I
yeah,
want to be like, I want to see it from them, and yeah,
yeah.
I reckon it'll be cool. I don't want like a crappy little checklist to leak out. It's like, oh, it's got this and that,
Blurry
or
pixel. You got to zoom in, and yeah,
yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
like the one guy in like the building who still has like a flip phone from 2005. He's the one who gets the story, and that's just the one phone he's got on him.
yeah.
So he takes a photo, and I'm like, oh my god, somebody
They're
get
the
this,
alien spotters as well.
somebody get this man
They're the same phone. It's so blurry, and he's the same person. Takes all the photos, and that's just how it works. Sadly, yeah,
Yeah, why can't you? That's a great. Why can't somebody come back from like a brand new iPhone launch? They're coming home, they see a UFO, like, oh, lucky I got this brand new phone with really good nighttime photo taking, and I'll get a bloody nice photo of that alien's head, or a real nice photo of this Nintendo Switch 2 that I've just found. You get a nice 4K
uh,
image, but instead you get the flip phone boy. But yeah,
every time.
I think for me, what I really want the Switch 2 to have is I really want it to have some more unique features outside of just playing games. I think that was great for Switch. It was great to get back to basics and be good at playing games and be very clear on what the Switch is, which is switching between the TV and portable mode. And we get that, and we love that now. I think it's just it's rejuvenated the handheld landscape just tremendously. Like during the
Yeah,
3DS and PlayStation Vita days, everybody's like, these things are dead. Everybody's just gonna want to play on their mobile phone, and handhelds are dead. And Nintendo put all of their business into a handheld effectively, and just rejuvenated and sort of changed what a handheld can be. Everybody thought that it's got to be something like the PlayStation Vita or 3DS. It's got to have two screens, a stylus, 3D. Or the PlayStation Vita, it's got to have a back touch screen and all this stuff. It's like it doesn't. It just needs to play games, and it's a really convenient way for adults to be able to catch up with games just during their day and be
yeah,
pick up at night, and you can easily put it down and get to cooking tea with your partner, or just putting your kids to bed or whatever. It's just a really convenient way to play to just play video games, and for kids as well, having your own device, which we know from the Game Boy and DS days, where it's just you have your own device and you can play your games, take it to school. I think it's a really important way for people to engage with their video games outside of their big meaty consoles, or phones. I think it's a really important thing. So I'm glad Switch was able to really bring that back. But I think they need to look to their past in some ways and look to the future of what features and what this thing can do. I don't know about the hardware, that's up to Nintendo, but I really do miss other ways of interacting with a gaming platform, especially like stuff that 3DS had. The biggest one be Street Pass. Street Pass was awesome. And it was like a community based thing as well, where if you're going to a convention, everybody's bringing their 3DS. And you can imagine that, like, imagine if Switch had that and just the amount of people like swapping their data and doing Animal Crossing New Horizons and their Mario Kart and all of the big games. You're just like making friends and adding to the friends list and stuff like that. But there's just none of that. And even like with Miiverse on Wii U was fantastic as well. So I like to see some more social aspects brought back, whether it is like the in-person stuff with with Street Pass, or the online stuff with Miiverse. Not as extensive as Miiverse, but I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But apart from that type of stuff, I would like just to see um maybe some just all of the basic stuff. I like to see them just really touch that up. So it makes, obviously we love Nintendo hardware for playing Nintendo games and also just playing indie games or just stuff in a convenient manner where it is just like it's really easy to pick up and play and portable. But I really want the next system to be that push to be a really good place to play third-party games as well, like the big third-party games. Because I feel like if this is what they should have done with Wii, I thought the Wii was going to be like, we're going to go off course, we're going to collect ourselves, we're going to get our customer base back, we're going to refill our bank after GameCube and Nintendo 64 were sort of flops in some ways. Not exactly, but they weren't big successes, especially compared to the PlayStation competition. But then they came back with the Wii U. They never really got back on track, if you know what I mean. Like they sort of kept on, they veered way too far off the course. They got lost in the bushes. And then the Switch, they're bringing themselves back again, but I feel like they've brought themselves back, but they haven't brought themselves back to the type of gamer that wants to play the latest Resident Evil, the latest Elden Ring. All of these like big hitter multi-platform games aren't on a Nintendo console. And I hope Nintendo sort of looks at that and says, like, we can make way more money if we have these big games on our platform as well as, Zelda, Mario, all of that sells 20, 30 million copies when it comes to the Switch iterations. I feel like, if they're able to make it just a really good place for third-party games, that'll be fantastic. Because that means I'd love to play my third-party games on Switch 2 as well. Even if it won't look as good, it won't run as good, but as long as they keep like their network features, their friends list, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, are you saying
scratch.
currently, like current gen stuff you're seeing on PS5, Xbox get released, you want to see on the Switch 2, like ported at the same time, that kind of thing? Is that what you're meaning?
I think so. Yeah. And I'm not saying like they're going to look the same, they're going to run the same, but
yeah,
I would like to see like options to be able to play those games. But it just depends on like the price that Nintendo's trying to hit. Because the Steam Deck shows that you can play those types of games on a handheld, like Elden Ring and Red Dead Redemption 2 and all of that. Like it's a heavy lift, and it won't be like a real cheap thing. But I hope that Nintendo's really looking to support their third party partners, especially like. I'll honestly be shocked, and this can be clipped or whatever, I guess, but I'm pretty confident that when the Switch 2 is announced and we get like a sort of announcement of what games are going to be coming to it within the first 6 months or whatever, I'll be shocked if Elden Ring isn't one of them, and I'll be shocked if like Nintendo isn't going after some of these big games that they've missed over the last 2 or 4 years. I feel like they're going to be targeting some of these ones, especially from like Bandai Namco, especially with like Elden Ring. They're massive partners for Nintendo. Capcom, I think they'll be looking to try and get the Resident Evil games over there. Dragon's Dogma 2, a bunch of this big stuff
Resident
like
Evil
Persona.
8.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because that stuff's coming to iPhone, so surely Nintendo will get a copy on their platform. But yeah, it's just that's a big thing. Just getting back on track from where they
I
were.
mean,
Like yeah,
yeah,
Switch was a good move, but yeah, it's still got some work to go to be able to get some of those bigger games from the rest of the games industry.
yeah, I thought it's done the best job out of any Nintendo console, hasn't it? In terms of third party support, I really think this
Definitely,
console
yeah,
just sort of had it, and so I think yeah, they just got to at least stay that gap behind what the PS5 and the Xbox Series X now is, um, because yeah, they could just got to keep within them, not get up to their speed because I don't think that's ever going to be Nintendo's sort of
yeah,
ethos
no,
or what they plan to do. But yeah, I mean at least enough to sort of make porting those games not too much of an issue because I don't think you're ever going to see you know a lot of the same day releases. If something's going to PlayStation 5, fully optimized for that, we're not going to see, I don't think, a day one Switch 2 version of that as well. Um, I just, yeah, there's, we've seen all the extra work that's got to go into these separate versions, like Hogwarts Legacy, um, and then like the Outer Worlds, things like that, whether we want them on the Switch or not, there's all these extra things that do have to happen. So, um,
yeah, and
I think
that's
I
what
think it's been great the
yeah,
support.
that's what I mean though. Like obviously there's a lot of
Yeah,
work that has to go into a Switch version. That's what I mean with like
yeah,
new hardware. I hope Nintendo's thinking to sort of make it not as much work. And like obviously we are
yeah,
not going to get it as pretty or running as well, but um it's kind of like, like I mentioned with the Steam Deck, like when you play Elden Ring or Red Dead Redemption on that thing, it does not look necessarily pretty. You're playing on like low PC settings, but it doesn't really matter. You're playing it portably. You're playing it in bed. You're playing it on the go. Um, it doesn't really matter. I think compared to playing it on like PlayStation 5, like that thing. You look at the size of that thing compared to your Switch or a Steam Deck or whatever you have.
yeah.
It's like you're not going to fit that thing in a portable thing with a battery and all of that. But
No, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, yeah. It's just got to be a decent enough step, doesn't it? But yeah, I know, especially right now with the AAA development and the cost of making these games profitable. Nintendo's
hmm
always been one ahead of the curve, especially with that kind of stuff. So they're going to be cognizant of what they feel it needs to be to sort of continue to develop and make games that are going to make them money and to that extension the partners whoever they partner with to and them making games on the Switch too. It's got to that balance is still got to be there, doesn't it? So anything too much closer to what we're seeing on the PS5 and all that is going to potentially hinder that and make developers feel like they need to maximize it, even Nintendo themselves. So I think it's a really fine act. The balancing of it's pretty careful and something important for them to get right.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we don't want to see them go like too crazy with the power, and then like these games take forever to come out. Then stuff
Yeah,
like
and
Endless Ocean and all of these
they
sort of
yeah
smaller side
they know
games sort
not to
of
do that.
stop happening. Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
no, I agree with that. Yeah, it's just a thing where it's
yep,
like I hope they actually take into consideration what some of their partners say, um, and help them get some of their bigger games onto the next platform.
yeah,
Because yeah, I can
oh,
see
for
that
sure.
being a great sort of ecosystem. Then like having a device that has like a lot of fun features outside of just playing games, and you've got a lot more
Mm,
access to more of the I would say um, just popular games that are coming, everywhere, just in the zeitgeist. I think that'll help a lot, and yeah, that'll be cool. But
yeah, that's right.
what
Yep.
just before we decide to, I guess, wrap the show up, what would be some launch games you'd like to see? Because yeah, I think for me it is just like it's just Mario comes to mind. I'm ready for a 3D Mario, and it's this month it's been 10 years since since Mario Kart 8 came out on Wii U. So I'm also
Crazy,
very ready for a
crazy.
Mario Kart. So as far as as far as Nintendo games go, they're the ones. Whether one's a little bit later, which I dare say they won't come out together. I'm very confident in those games being sort of announced with a brand new console. So they're my Nintendo games.
Yeah,
But yeah, this I really do think that there's going to be a bunch of games being ported that weren't able to be on Switch. Like they're just sort of waiting for this console. I think we're going to see heaps, especially like I mentioned from like the Japanese publishers. And it'd be interesting to see when like the whole Call of Duty thing starts to roll out on Nintendo hardware too. When
yeah,
Activision now acquired by Microsoft, when that sort of starts happening too, like will it be? Are they getting ready for launch like the next Call of Duty, or is it still going to be a couple of years out? Is it going to be into the pipeline years down the line? I don't know, but that'll be interesting as well, and see how that sort of affects people's interest in the platform too, who aren't really interested in Nintendo stuff.
yeah. That's it. I I think we've talked about this before, but yeah, obviously the new Mario Kart that has to be on the next console. They're holding it off, and it's been 7 years today, I think, or the other day since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sorry, 10
Hmm.
years for Mario Kart 8 the next month. They've got it ready. It's on their shelf, ready to go. Whenever this thing launches, that's a day one uh, title. It's no doubt about that. Yeah, and then the 3D Mario, I think that's the other one. Whether it's the exact same date or a month or two later to sort of keep it within the launch window. I think that's it'll be one of those. Surely it's and I'm super excited for that because the taste of what we got with um Bowser's Fury, I just that was just a little taste, and so what we're going to get with this new Mario 3D Mario game is just going to be unreal. Cannot wait for that. So, um, yeah, I think they're the two big Nintendo ones you have, and then whether they do another similar tech demo-y kind of way to show off the new features of this Switch too, like they did with 1-2 Switch, whether they get one of those as well. And then I really do think, yeah, I agree with you. We get a big game like even like an Elden Ring or Resident Evil 8 or something big that wasn't possible on the Switch coming ported, being played portably on your Switch too. I think would be pretty cool and will help get this ball running because them holding things back will mean there'll be a pretty bumper first year. I would have thought like 2017 was because they did the same thing effectively with the Wii U because they held off titles going to that towards the end there and um like they did with the Breath of the Wild. So, yeah, no, that's what I'm expecting. I'd love to see something else on top of that as well. But if we got that, I think that'd be absolutely perfect.
Mm. It's getting me excited just thinking about it though. But
Yeah,
we'll just have to play some Endless Ocean this week.
still another, still another year away. I feel. Yeah, we aren't so
Yeah.
excited for maybe potentially this year finding out, but all signs lead to next year until we're proven otherwise. But yeah, I got my saver. I'm saving up my money. I'm ready to go. I'll be all
Yeah.
ready March next year. I might be overseas. I might be in Japan potentially when it happens. So that's my only
Yeah.
concern. I don't know, or well, that might be a cool thing to be there for the launch. I don't know.
It'd be a cool
I think
thing.
it might line
Try and
up.
get a pre-order. Try and get a pre-order somewhere and get in line and wait for it.
Yeah, we'll do it in Japan. That'd be pretty unique. So yeah, be
Yeah.
there for the
Get a
first couple of
Japanese
weeks of
Switch.
March. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's backwards compatible, I mean, sorry, not region locked, wouldn't be an issue, would it?
Oh,
Maybe.
no, just
I
log
don't know.
straight
I'll have to
in.
double check. Obviously double check,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Be cool.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on too. Wacko Jack left in the chat. The new Pokemon Legends A or Z to A could be a launch title.
Yes.
I'm go-
Yes.
I'm going to say for this one that no, it won't be. Just Pokemon has no interest in really supporting hardware when it's new. They're like they stick to what has the big install base, and they've sort of always done this. Like with DS to 3DS and then 3DS, and now with Switch. I don't see them having like an upgraded version for a brand new console, but it is interesting because it will be around the same time. If it is early next year that it launches, they did mention that this has a a launch of early next year as well. So it'd be around a similar time. But that was a similar thing with Pokemon Black and White too, or just the first Black and White. Was it Black and White too? Can't remember. Must have been Black and White. Yeah. Yeah, because those games sort of launched. It's like, why isn't this on 3DS? It's like, well, the answer is that they just want, the 150 million people that have a DS to buy the game. They don't want to wait for the install base to fill out on 3DS. They want to wait a couple of years when they do the new generation, when there's a few people there.
I'm going to challenge you on this, Drew. I because it's not mainline, and Nintendo, they own part of the Pokemon company. It's not like it's they don't care, or they don't own, or they don't have the same interests. Like they want the next console to do well. And if Pokemon Legends ZA launched on it, I really think that'd be a really great way to sort of launch that console. And
beautiful. Yeah,
Legends
awesome.
has probably got a bit more of a mature playing group. I feel slightly more mature than the normal Pokemon games, and so like they've probably got a bit more disposable income, potentially, these types of Pokemon buyers, and so I really think it would work really well. And if you sort of you've seen with some of these some of these Nintendo titles that are launch games, like that they've just sold through the wazoo. Like Breath of the Wild's over 30 million or roundabout, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe obviously is 60 million now. So if it's on the new console and it hits again, that's going to be an evergreen title that just keeps selling. It's just I really think it might be one of the times where they deviate from, because you're right, they haven't typically been launch titles, these Pokemon games, but maybe this spin-off side series might be a good time to start it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with everything you said. Makes sense. Me as a consumer, would I like this game to have a Switch 2 version? Yes, I would. Would I buy it there? Yes, of course I would. Of course I would, because I'm going to be playing this game regardless, and I'm going to have the new Nintendo console regardless. So of course, but unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. I think Nintendo will be like, oh, it would be great to have this as a launch title. Nintendo's thinking about having Pokemon exclusive. They want Pokemon to be like a major game for them, all of this stuff. But then there's the other 2/3 of the Pokemon company, Game Freak, and I guess like Creatures Inc. They're sort of they're in some ways they're sort of doing their own thing, and Game Freak to have like, I guess, an enhanced version sort of being made at the same time. Just from what Game Freak's shown us, the last Pokemon title, just as far as getting it to work, I don't know if they're sort of up for the task of 2 tiers at once with like unfortunately I just don't see it. But if I'm wrong, I'm like, I'll give a nice little clap, like, yes, this is great, this is great for me, it's great for fans and all of that. But it's just I don't see it happening. But it would be great.
We will see.
But I'm very excited about that game. But at the same time, just like sort of like standoffish, like, oh, that last one was a big oof. So this one's hopefully good. But the last Legends game was fantastic. I really enjoyed Legends Arceus. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I think it'll be looking forward to what they do to build on the series.
Yeah. I want to throw Pokeballs at poodles in France.
It's all I've ever wanted to do. So like, it just can't come soon enough. Cannot come soon enough.
Absolutely was. Yeah. I'm just reading Wacko Jacko's comment. He says, Pokemon Legends Arceus was brilliant. And it sort of just broke my brain because obviously there was Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. So for a moment in my mind, I was like, is he saying Brilliant Diamond was brilliant? I'm like, because it really wasn't. But yeah, Legends Arceus, it was.
It was very much.
Yes. So, Josh, I reckon that brings to the end of the show. Thank you very much for joining us here. It was a lot of fun, as always.
My pleasure.
But where can they find you on the Twitters and your podcast, Nintenvania?
Yeah, so I think I'm Nintendo Mania on anything. You can see it there on my little name below if you're watching this on a video. But yeah, just had my latest episode come out earlier today. I had Alex Harding of the Indie XP. He's a really big indie lover. He's got a company that is dedicated to helping indie developers market their game and get sort of storefront optimization, social media, things like that. But we went over the latest indie world from the other week, talked about all the games. I tried to get as much out of him as possible about Hollow Knight because Silk Song, because he doesn't actually really know the people behind Silk Song, but he's seen them before, and that's more than me. And so I tried to get some stuff out of him.
I've seen
I
them
did my
before. I
best.
don't know anything either.
Yeah. So, and then we talked about some other things, latest news, and then Samus not being in Fortnite and the potential what that could have meant for Metroid as a series. So definitely check it out if you're interested. We'd love to have lots more people listen and watch the show and what we do and be along for the journey. Be awesome.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to the show. It's got it queued up on my podcast app right now, like all you guys should. Yeah. And you find me at @iDruby on Twitter and on YouTube. But that's it. Josh, it's great seeing you.
We're done.
But until
we're seeing you too.
The next episode, mate. Yeah, that was bloody brilliant, mate. Brilliant diamond.
Bloody beautiful.
Yeah, bloody beautiful, mate. But until next time, the doors to the House of Mario, they're closed. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.